Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Hip Hop Gossip for you. Snoop Dogg reveals that 2Pac helped raise his son Cordae. Snoop Dogg has stated that 2Pac assisted the Dogfather in raising his firstborn kid Cordae prior to the hip-hop icon's death in September 1996. Snoop talked to People for a new cover story on their time in the mid-1990s. "I was working on my 1996 album The Dogfather," the rapper stated. "So, when Cordae was old enough to pee and such, I started bringing him to the studio with me. So I'm parenting him with all the homies." He said 2Pac loved him. "It resembles his nephew. 2Pac was a better dad than me," Snoop recalls. "We've been up here, in the recording studio, for 3 hours and haven't gotten him anything to eat. It's as if I'm out here rapping and shit, not being a father. He was training me." In July, Snoop paid tribute to 2Pac at his freshly established pot dispensary in Los Angeles. The fully licensed dispensary, called SWED, an acronym for Smoke Weed Every Day, a nod to Nate Dogg's closing statement on Dr. Dre's The Next Episode, opened its doors over the weekend with Snoop's assistance. The Dogfather is honoring his late friend and partner with a limited edition release that features 2Pac on a number of his death row cannabis products. The series includes a premium blend of jarred cannabis flower and Alien OG, as well as an exclusive never-before-seen photo of the Dear Mama legend and a photoshoot-inspired matchbook. Snoop Dogg claims 2Pac Shakur was training him to be a good father while raising his son Cordae. Snoop Dogg left with 2Pac Shakur in 1996, Snoop Dogg's son Cordae Broadus in 2023. Photo. Mitchell Gerber Corbis/VCG via Getty and Cassie Athena/Getty. In the 1990s, Snoop Dogg released his debut album and had his first child in the course of 9 months, challenging him to balance celebrity and fatherhood while his music career was thriving. Cordae Broadus, the gin and juice rapper's first kid, was born in August 1994, following the release of his chart-topping album Doggy Style in November 1993. In an exclusive interview with People for his cover story, Snoop recalls that time in his life warmly, notably the assistance that his famous friend and partner 2Pac Shakur provided him with his son. "I was working on The Dogfather," recalls Snoop, 52, referring to his second album, which was released in 1996. "So when Cordae was old enough able to pee and all that other I started taking him to the studio with me. So I'm raising him around all of the homies." This is when Shakur met Snoop's son and began assisting with his upbringing, once reminding Snoop to feed Cordae, even if it was only McDonald's food. 2Pac loved him. "It resembles his nephew. 2Pac was a better dad than me," Snoop recalls. "We've been up here, in the recording studio, for 3 hours and haven't gotten him anything to eat. It's as if I'm out here rapping and I'm not being a dad. He was training me." Shakkur's time with Cordae and Snoop was cut short not long after these studio sessions, when he was killed in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas while attending a Mike Tyson boxing bout in September 1996. He died 6 days later from injuries acquired during the shooting at the age of 25. The following year, 1997, Snoop welcomed his second son, Cordae Broadus. He used the counsel he had received from his late buddy Shakur to continue being a better father to both Cordae, now 30, and Cordae, 27. "I put them in football and watched how they worked together. Football helped me become a better father because I was around other men who were single parents, had a wonderful wife, or were grandfathers parenting their sons' children. There was so much I could learn from them," Snoop remembers. Snoop Dogg left performs with a hologram of 2Pac Shakur at Coachella 2012. Chris Polk/Get. Shortly after his boys began playing football, the 16-time Grammy nominee launched the Snoop Youth Football League in 2005 to provide opportunities for inner-city children to play football. "Then from that it was like, I'm getting real good at being a father, because coaching some of the roughest kids in the city, their parents got backgrounds that you wouldn't imagine and we making these kids into something special," according to Snoop's. "And then my kids are growing up right with them to see how tough it is in these societies and how they're not living there," according to him. "They only go there to play football, they don't have to deal with it, and that has helped them understand life. So football and everything was a blessing to me as a father because it taught me how to be a father." Several players from Snoop's childhood league have gone on to become college or NFL stars, including Houston Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud, who Snoop says makes him feel like a proud father. Every kid that plays in my league is considered my baby because more than likely they come in as babies and leave as men, Snoop remarked on The Rich Eisen show last January. So they may outgrow my lap, but they'll never outgrow my heart, so they're going to remain babies to me. Snoop Dogg muses on 2Pac Shakur's impact on his journey to fatherhood. In a recent interview, Snoop Dogg recalled how his friend 2Pac Shakur taught him how to be a good father to his son, Cordae. In the 1990s, Snoop Dogg celebrated both the success of his debut album and his transition into fatherhood. Cordae, the West Coast rapper's first kid, was born in August 1994, 9 months after the release of his smash album Doggy Style, in November 1993. Snoop Dogg told People magazine that his friend and fellow rapper 2Pac Shakur helped him strike a balance between fatherhood and fame. I was working on The Dogfather, his sophomore album. So, after Cord was old enough to pee and do other things, I began bringing him to the studio with me, he told the outlet. Snoop Dogg, who reportedly grew Cord around all of the homies, recalls Shakur meeting his kid in the studio and instantly being a part of the village that raised him. 2Pac loved him. It resembles his nephew. 2Pac was a better father than me, Snoop reflected. We've been up here, in the recording studio, for 3 hours and haven't gotten him anything to eat. It's as if I'm up here rapping and I'm not being a father. He was training me. Unfortunately, Shakur's time with Snoop Dogg and his son was limited. In 1996, the rapper was involved in a drive-by gunshot that murdered him. Despite his death, Shakur's influence on Snoop Dogg's parenting continued as he welcomed his second kid, Cordae. Understanding the importance of community in parenting, the "You Drop It Like It's Hot" author claims his late friend inspired him to enroll his sons in football. I put them in football and watched how they worked together. Football helped me become a better father because I was around other men who were single parents, had a great wife, or were grandfathers raising their sons' children. There was so much I could learn from them, Snoop added, later becoming a football coach. So football and all that was a blessing on me being a father because it taught me how to be a father. Beyond parenthood, Snoop Dogg claims Shakur taught him a different kind of work ethic. I've always had a strong work ethic in terms of punctuality, accuracy, and professionalism. He just showed me how to be speedier, and to not only fall in love with it, but also with the craft of being able to do it and continuing to do it, he wrote on Instagram. I believe it was passed down to me and is now reflected in my work, and it passes that on to the next generation, demonstrating that they, too, are capable. This is when Shakur met Snoop's son and started helping raise the boy, at one point reminding Snoop to feed Cord, even if it was just McDonald's food. 2Pac loved him. It's like his nephew. 2Pac was a better dad than me, Snoop remembers. We've been up here, in the recording studio for 3 hours and we ain't got him nothing to eat. It's like I'm up here rapping and I'm not being a father. He was training me.